Yeah, hello amigos! Steel Eagle 17 here, back for the first time in like 2 centuries with Bob. I was asked to do an anime analysis video on Kuwabara from Yu Yu Hakusho, since I just watched that anime like a month ago or something. Not a month, like 2 weeks or whatever. So that's that. So anyway, we'll be discussing Kuwabara's role in the Dark Tournament for this, since that's the most prominent part of the anime that he's in based to what I up to what I watched, which was episode like 68 or so. So I didn't watch the rest of it after that, but well, you'll see why. Anyway, so when we first meet Kuwabara, he's introduced as a rival to protagonist Yusuke. From the very beginning, we see him as a loser pretty much. He's unable to defeat Yusuke no matter how hard he tries, instilling us with the knowledge that this character is almost assuredly not going to pose much of a threat in the future. However, that's only the point of Kuwabara, because later on in the first episode, Yusuke ends up sacrificing his life in order to protect his Hayao. This sad scene sets the stage for why Kuwabara is an important character in the show and why a lot of people like him. So, at Yusuke's wake, Kuwabara, his rival, can be seen grieving pretty hard, and he's obviously like very struck by this. He's very distraught, and at this point, you can see that Kuwabara is a certain type of character. He's a great person. He's a sympathetic figure, and he cares very deeply for both his friends and his rivals. And he's not worried about like keeping us his machismo or whatever. He doesn't really care about that. He knows that Yusuke is an important person to him, and that's something to be commended. So that's why Kuwabara is an important character in the show and why a lot of people seem to like him. That being said, I'm someone who's drawn very heavily to parties and things like that. So to me, I never really did from the beginning. I don't really like characters that are weak, and was pretty clearly from the outset going to be the worst character in the show in terms of strength. So just off of that, I never really liked him personally, but I can see why other people did. I don't have a problem with that. So that being said, it's time to get into what we're really going to talk about here, which is the Dark Tournament. Now you know the background. So Kuwabara's weapon is a spirit sword. It's basically he just creates some energy and makes a sword out of it, and that's about it. So yeah, it's pretty weak. I mean, that sounds pretty dumb, considering people like Kurama and Hiei running around who just fucking broken as shit. So anyway, so the Dark Tournament lasts about 40 episodes, and episode 28 to around like episode 66 or something. That's pretty long. So at this point, the audience has no expectations for the Kuwabara. He can't even beat Yusuke in the normal world. How is he going to beat a bunch of demons and a bunch of gods in the spirit world? It's absolutely ridiculous. He's going to get washed. There's just no way he's going to win. So that was my expectation going in. He's probably going to be like sacrificing himself a lot to save his friend and stuff like that. So anyway, he doesn't do much winning this tournament, obviously. His first fight against this random kid named Linku. Kuwabara takes the upper hand in this fight. However, his opponent bursts out some yo-yos. Literally some yo-yos. Just takes those out, casually channels demon energy, and just washes Kuwabara. Just absolutely washes him. Shit wasn't even close. but then Kuwabara decides he has enough, shows him determination off, bends his spirit sword or whatever, slaps Linku, and he basically almost wins. However, it's still not enough because the yo-yos are just too much for him, and they immobilize Kuwabara, and he gets knocked out by like technical knockout. Can't move in 10 seconds, etc., etc. So anyway, that's fine. Whatever. He lost. I was expecting him to lose. Whatever. So at this point, things are just going as I expected. I'm not really surprised by anything, and that's about it. So anyway, the team advances to the next round, and that's when Yusuke and the disguised Genkai, his teacher, decide to fight a 3-on-3 battle of Kuwabara. However, what happens is the team finds out that the people they're fighting are humans, so they be controlled, so they have too much morality and they just decide not to fight. So, however, the other team is still fighting because they're being controlled, obviously, so Kuwabara decides to show off once again his unwavering determination and loyalty to his friends by blocking the attack and taking a heavy amount of damage in return. So, it's pretty obvious people like Kuwabara at this point. Like, he's obviously a great friend, he's a great figure. And it makes a lot of sense. He's just extremely weak and really shouldn't be winning any fight. So, I mean, this is basically what I expected to happen, right? So, anyway, the team wins after Genkai uses some spirit wave and frees the people from control, basically. So after that, what happens is they go to the next fight, and the rulings are corrupt. Like, they're not supposed to win because no one really likes this team. They're not supposed to win. So the rules are basically stacked against him. So what happens is the team is forced to fight immediately after this. So Kuwabara is obviously extremely hurt. The other members aren't exactly healthy and things like that. So That being said, what happens is Kurama and Yusuke are allowed to fight, so Kurama wins before they're unconscious, and Yusuke fights. He wins, but then he gets disqualified because of technicality. He's not allowed to fight the last one. So that means that Kuwabara has to take on someone, or else they're going to lose. So Kuwabara steps to the plate because he's a great friend, and he knows that even though he's heavily injured from the previous fight, he wants to win for his teammates, and he's not going to let them down like that. So once again, example of a good character in that way. So he steps to the plate, and no one's surprised, he gets absolutely fucking lost. It's not even close. This show, his opponent just completely annihilates him, shows us some earth powers, and just completely destroys him. It's honestly not even close. Like the fact that he's still standing is a miracle, because he was already injured going into this, and now he gets to face this guy. He's getting absolutely pummeled. And then this is where my first real issue with Kuwabara is. Like, my first objective issue is the fact that there's no way in hell he should have been able to win this fight. It's absolutely ridiculous. There's just no way he should have been able to win this. It's impossible. He's heavily injured. He's weak as hell. He's getting smashed. And yet, despite that, he sees this crush Yukina in the crowd, and oh my god, he suddenly is like, oh my god, I can't lose. He gets some bullshit plot armor and channels his spirit sword and wins in one hit. Oh my god! Oh. I'm sorry, I just, it's so ridiculous. I hate endings like this, man. It's so stupid. He was gonna get absolutely pummeled, and then he decides, oh, I can't lose now if I clutch this here. Let's bring out the spirit sword. Just wins in one hit. Oh my god. So, yeah, I was honestly pretty mad at this. It's ridiculous that he was able to win. I'm literally laughing because it was so ridiculous that he won that fight, but yeah, whatever, alright. You want to make one mistake, Mr. Togashi? Sure, whatever, alright, that's fine. He's a good character, at least. I mean, that's the first time I had an objective issue with him, so whatever. Anyway, the next fight, Kuwabara doesn't have to do anything. He just kind of gets, transported in a dimension. He doesn't have to fight. So it's a long story. It doesn't really matter. Anyway, what happened after that is the finals start. Before the finals, Genkai unfortunately meets a demise at the hands of the younger Toguro, who's the most hyped character by far in the tournament. He looks like Arnold Schwarzenegger times 10. He's super buff and stuff. So that was a very sad moment. In the show, it's pretty impactful. I definitely didn't see that coming. I didn't think anyone was gonna die in this until maybe the finals. So the fact this happened before the finals even started is pretty interesting, and it actually set the stage for what was gonna come later, because Koenma, who was basically ruler of the spirit world, is kind of on their team. He decides to step up to the plate, and it was the fifth fighter because it's a 5 versus 5. So he kind of had to go in, else we're gonna lose. So at that point, things start to become very hairy, because Koenma's not really a fighter. So if someone else loses, and I assume Kuwabara is gonna lose, because there's no way he's gonna get you on this team, right? So at that point, I figured, okay, Kurama's gonna win, he is gonna win, Kuwabara's gonna lose, and Yusuke's gonna beat Toguro, because obviously that's gonna happen. I mean, I think we all can see that coming. That's pretty obvious for the main character to beat the super buff guy at the end. So, but what happens is, in fact, something something absolutely absurd. So Kurama loses on a technicality after killing his opponent, and it's at this point where I realized, oh my god, Koenma's gonna knock it. Could only Koenma win. He's not an actual fighter. What? You can't possibly have a story like that. If he's Kuwabara, he's gonna have to win, isn't he? So I get absolutely I'm very skeptical at this point, because there's no way this author could possibly justify it a way for Kuwabara to win this. So anyway, what happens is Hiei fights, he wins because he's Hiei, he just washes his opponent pretty easily, and we move on to the Kuwabara fight. Kuwabara faces off against the elder Toguro, a pretty hyped character. He's not nearly as strong as younger Toguro, who's by far the strongest character in the show at this point. But he's pretty interesting. He has some powers, so basically he can regenerate and stuff like that. So he seems like a pretty good opponent for someone who uses a sword. A sword! You can't even cut him in half, he just regenerates. So that's actually what ends up happening. Kuwabara starts at the fight, starts strong, cuts him in half, and well, it doesn't matter. He regenerates, and he impales him, and it looks like it's a lap. There's no way Kuwabara can beat this guy. What the hell? So what happens is he continues getting impaled, and it looks like the fight's basically over. However, unlike the previous fights, this time he has a different type of sword. So what happened before the finals was this one person just gave him the hilt of a sword that another participant in the tournament was using, And this sword basically, it's like a stronger version, transforms to whatever shape you want, really, based on like your spirit energy and things like that. So that was already setting the stage for the absolute like ridiculous thing that was gonna happen now, which is Kuwabara. Like the fact is, he's gonna have to win this, isn't he? Like he's gonna have to win. This is no way Koenma's doing anything. I don't know. It just seemed like I mean I figured he was gonna win, but at this point, it just seems so ridiculous. Like how is he gonna win this? He's getting absolutely washed. Like it's pretty clear from this fight that the elder Toguro can win it anytime he wants. Like literally anytime. There's just no reason that Kuwabara should be able to win this. No way at all. He's getting impaled every turn. The other guy can regenerate. He can move his internal organs. So even if you like stab his heart, he can like move his heart. Like it doesn't even matter. So how is Kuwabara gonna win? Well, the answer is he basically like sends him to the ground, and then he transforms his sword hilt thing into a fly swatter that kills him. I'm sorry I'm laughing. It's so ridiculous to even say that. He summons a fly swatter. He literally transforms his sword thing into a fly swatter that kills him. Are you kidding me? Literally a fly swatter. He just kills all the, like smashes all the pieces so he can't regenerate. And he wins up like the tie. Like that's nonsense. The other guy didn't even die. So Reveal literally like comes back like fully healthy like 10 minutes later. But by that time Kuwabara already won because the like the knockout or whatever. So at this point, I was always like very mad. Like I was fucking steaming at this point. It seemed ridiculous. So I have an analogy for you guys. The show that I watched in Toonami called Martin Weekend's Romance. It was a pretty interesting story, pretty interesting characters, stuff like that. The main problem with it was the items seemed way too important. So every fighter in that universe possessed what are called AMs, which are basically magical items to do different things, various strength and stuff. So what happened was even though the characters trained, every time along the way they got like new and more powerful AMs. So at that point, by the end of it, it just felt like over the strongest AM won. It really it made like everything besides the AMs like very minute. Like it really didn't felt like it mattered how strong the characters were, how much they trained. Like an item is different than someone using a jutsu or Naruto, for example. That's like something that you can just get. Like doesn't feel like you have to work for anything. You can just give an item. And that's just something that it's really annoyed me in that sense. So this is obviously a bit different than that because at least like the sword itself is like channeled from its own energy. Like if you didn't have that much energy, it wouldn't be that strong. But it's still ridiculous. It just felt like kind of like a complete flawed out of a loophole. Like it's ridiculous that Kuwabara won this fight. There's just no way he should have won. Like realistically, the elder Toguro was so much stronger than him. It goes against like every single power level scaling thing ever. Like it's absolutely ridiculous. Like there's just no way he should have won. That doesn't make any sense. Like oh my, I was so mad. I mean I knew he had to win because Kurama lost, but this whole thing could have just been avoided. Kuwabara should have just lost in a noble way. So whatever, Kurama should have won, but well, whatever. I was honestly pretty annoyed, but I was ready to watch Yusuke fight, so whatever. It wasn't this bad, but unfortunately, things could only get worse from here. So, sorry. So anyway, Yusuke goes off against the younger Toguro, and to absolutely no one's surprise, he cannot do anything. He keeps up at first, but the younger Toguro decides to stop screwing around. Goes to 100% power, looks like the greatest character on the face of the planet, just absolutely washes him. He's basically going to kill everyone in the stadium. And at this point, the Genkai, who died earlier, as I said, possesses Yusuke's like spirit animal called Poo, and tells the younger Toguro, who he knows from her past and stuff, to kill one of Yusuke's friends so that he can power up. Because the younger Toguro, all he wanted this whole time was to challenge someone to match him, stuff like that. So this is obviously a very smart idea from Genkai, because if this doesn't happen, the younger Togoro's gonna kill everyone. All of them are gonna die, and this is gonna be over. So might as well kill one of Yusuke's friends. This is a good idea, and he decides to kill Kuwabara, so that's fine. So Yusuke tries to stop him, obviously, and he can't because he sucks, and he's getting absolutely washed. So Kuwabara decides to take matters in his own hands, once again showing off his bravery, determination, things like that. He cares for his friends, knows that this is the only way for things to happen, or else everyone's gonna die. So this is once again an example of being a good character. He's obviously a great person. You can't really say anything bad about him. Like honestly, he's a really good person. It's just that the way that he's written in the fight is just so stupid. I just can't take him seriously. But anyway, he chose this full on at the younger Toguro, the spirit sword. Obviously gets killed. And that's that. To no one's surprise after that, Yusuke powers up. It's kind of like what happened in Dragon Ball Z with Gohan against Cell, basically. Gohan couldn't really do anything against Cell because he wasn't used to fighting, he wasn't used to powering up like that. But after Android 16 died at the hands of Cell, and the Cell Juniors were just washing all of his friends and his father and stuff like that, he powered up and took on Cell. Basically, what happened here, Yusuke gets a massive power boost, goes from being unable to do anything to winning against the younger Toguro. Even though the younger Toguro does put up a fight, he manages to block Yusuke's attack. However, the strain is just too much on his body, and he basically disintegrates into dust. So that's that. And that was fine. I mean, whatever. I expected that to happen. So at this point, this look is pretty decent. I was ready to just give the show a 7 out of 10. Move on my life. And that was that. However, I decided to watch the next episode, which was probably the worst decision I've ever made in anime. Because this is where things really hit the fan, man. Things really hit the fan here. Because as Yusuke is grieving over the death of his beloved friend Kuwabara, who is too weak to save, it's revealed that Kuwabara isn't dead. I can't even believe that happened. I'm fucking laughing just thinking I can't believe this is real. The man was pretending to be dead. He just shows up, just starts laughing with a troll face, with this big ass smile on his face. I'm just so mad I can't believe this is a real anime. Like, this is something I expect from, like, my favorite show is Gintama. This is something I expect from, like a meme or like in Gintama, where just joking. Like, no, this is serious. What are you doing? Why is he alive? There's so many things wrong with this. For one, it just takes away so heavily from the moment. Like, for example, Naruto versus Pain. Naruto goes apeshit, like, Four Tails mode after Pain kills Hinata, for example. Can you imagine if Hinata just got out of that? Like, yo, I'm fine, Naruto, I love you. No, what? It's nonsense. It's nonsense. What? It takes away from the moment so much. What other show can you even think of where someone, like, fakes a death like that? Just looks up, so he's so happy, starts trolling him. Like, it's not, it doesn't even matter why Toguro didn't kill him. It doesn't matter at all. Like, it's ridiculous. There's just no way he should have been allowed to live. Literally zero. It just completely ruins the entire fight. It ruins the Yusuke fight because he just won off of someone not dying. Like, it even takes away from that. Like I hate the 0 to 100 stuff. Like, anyway, I find it kind of annoying. But the fact that it happened in this way, with this guy just trolling him basically with his death, is just nonsense. There's just no way. It's the dumbest ending I've ever seen. It's so stupid. I can't even believe it. Like, I can't believe it. No one had to die. Like, why? Even in the Naruto fight, like, Pain killed the entire Leaf Village, and then, well, most of it. And then he revived everyone because of Naruto's Talk no Jutsu. At least he had to give his own life. Like, no one died. And I say no one died because Genkai survived. And this is the worst part of this entire thing, because the Togashi had a get out of jail free card. Literally a get out of jail free card. Because we all know Kuwabara's an important character in this show. Well, guess what? You can revive him because it turns out whoever wins the Dark Tournament gets a wish that it must be granted, which Toguro knew about. So I'm assuming Genkai knew about it because he knows everything. So at that point, obviously, Genkai, I assume, just wanted, so Kuwabara's gonna die, probably. I guess he or Kurama too, whoever. And then Yusuke was going to revive them, and then, yeah, that was going to be that. But instead, what happens is, this nonsense, when he decided to use the wish on Genkai, and now no one's dead. No one died. What? That's nonsense. You just beat the strongest kid I've ever seen in my life. What? There's just so many things wrong with this. Like, at least make him choose between one of them, like an AOT with, like, the decision or whatever between reviving like Ornament. Like, what are we doing here? Like, why did no one die? I would have been perfectly fine if Kuwabara died and was revived. Like, at least that I could take. Like, fine. That's fine, honestly. Like, that, I don't like death being, like, I don't really like revival. It's kind of, like, tilting to me, but at least that's way better than this. It's not even close. It's not even close how much better that is than this. This is the stupidest thing I've ever seen. No one even had to die. It's a stupid ending. Such a stupid ending for such a myriad of reasons. I can't even believe it. So, anyway, that's all I have to say on that. I was pretty mad about this for obvious reasons, so... Anyway, to sum things up, I never liked Kuwabara from the beginning, but that being said, he was clearly a good character of a lot of people. I don't blame them for liking him. He's a very good person, amazing person, honestly. Unwavering determination, always ready to sacrifice his life for his friend. Very loyal, always ready to do whatever it takes for the team to win, and that's very respectful. And even though he wanted the team to win, he still has morals, as shown when he didn't fight the 3 humans being controlled or whatever. So he's obviously just a very great person. It's just that the fights involving him are just so incredibly stupid that he shouldn't have been in this show. He shouldn't have been down with Toguro. And then the trolling thing with them dying, a fake dying, is just so incredibly dumb. I was so miffed at that. It was such a joke. It was such an absolute farce. Oh my god. So that leads to in the ending of the arc for me. But either way, Kuwabara, he's a good character. I just think that Togashi really messed up with how he handled this fight. So that's that. Hope you guys enjoyed this. It's my first time doing this thing, so might be a bit weird, but I hope you guys enjoyed it, and thanks.